Then go.
Hello girls and guys, welcome back to DSF. My name is Logan and today we are here at the Proton Center of Excellence to showcase this, Proton's latest product and the brand's first EV, which will be coming in two separate variants for you to choose from. One with a 49.9 I believe kilowatt hour battery and one with a 60 kilowatt hour battery. The latter of which will give you a 6.9 second 0 to 100. But between you and me, it's an EV, so it will probably outdo those numbers anyway. So first things first, aside from the wicked speed you get from an EV and the fact that this is a stunner which has sort of European vibes, if you ask me, from certain angles, let's quickly take a look at the front first and let me explain what I mean by that. First things first, you've got this very aggressive design element right here, and this looks really nice because this could actually be a light bar if I'm not mistaken because of the design, but we'll see what Proton decides to do with that later. Even if they don't put a light in, this would look super cool at night, especially if you have like a lighter color going on over here. You've got your sharp headlights right here, and also let me just quickly point out that this is actually a true collaboration between Proton and Geely, because this car is based on the Geely Galaxy EX5, but the Proton engineers have done all the right hand drive conversions, the interior, the exterior, and they've tuned up the car, the suspension, the handling, so you get that famous Proton handling that you always want. So that should sum up the front. You'll notice that it's pretty much plain, but you do have the Proton logo now. So this is a nice new addition with your camera, which suggests that this car will come with a full suite of safety features. You've also got another camera up there, as you can see. So yes, a full suite. The engine bay, well, it's an EV. There's really nothing much to see in there other than the EV components, right? So let's quickly walk along the side and look at this. Now, in this livery that Proton has put on the car, the e.MAS 7 Tour, it looks really good, but of course, when the car launches, you can't expect this livery. You'll get normal colors. And one more change that the Proton engineers have made is right here, because the previous model that we showed you had 18-inch wheels. These are 19-inch units covered in another wrap. So these will be alloy rims when the car launches, but for now, just, you know, enjoy the view, I guess. You've got these nice chunky wing mirrors here with another camera down here and your signal lights, and these nice pop-out door handles that sit flush with the car when you're not using them, and then when you need to use them, they pop out like this. So you just pull it open to get inside like so. Okay, so remember how I said this car gives off certain European vibes to me, because when you look at the roofline here in the back, it is a very slightly coupe-like roofline because it does jut outwards slightly, but it doesn't hinder practicality because it's not really a very dramatic drop, and that fits perfectly with the way this SUV looks, because you've also got cladding here to remind you that just because this is an EV doesn't mean it can't be a sport utility vehicle as well. Coming around to the back, you'll notice the rear light bar. This has also been changed. Now, you'll remember that the Proton S70 sedan has a little light show going on in the rear lights, and I hope that Proton includes that, if not something similar in this, because that would look fantastic, because these lights, they look great, and these are also the handiwork of the Proton engineers here because they look slightly different from before as well. And then towards the rear, you'll notice more lights here, a nice spoiler up here with more lights, your wiper to help with rear visibility. You've got a nice big boot, which let's see, let me open that for you. Opens very elegantly. Power tailgate, by the way, and you've got this huge space in here. Come take a look, don't be shy. Look at how much space is in there. I wager you could fit a full body in there. Don't try it though. I would not recommend that. And then you've got even more storage in the underfloor compartment right here, which also has your tire repair kit down there. So you will never want for more space in this car. You can have a family barbecue with your family and all your barbecue essentials packed in the booth along with a week's worth of luggage or a weekend's worth of luggage. You will never be strapped for space in the Proton e.MAS 7. So this is not just an EV, this is also a significant leap forward for our national car maker. So what else do you get in the Proton e.MAS 7 that has changed from before? Let's take a look inside real quick. Okay, inside the Proton e.MAS 7, it feels super comfortable. I also want to point out a nice premium feature that you don't get a lot of cars in a lot of cars here in Malaysia, and that is the seat actually pushes itself back when you open the door, like so. See, I'm not moving my seat, the seat moved on its own. And then when you close the door, the seat moves forward again to your preferred driving position, making ingress and egress very, very simple and very comfortable. I'm also a huge fan of this steering wheel. Come take a close look at it. Let me get the door. There we go. Look at this. It is a two-spoke design, but the top and bottom are both flat. You've got your nice Proton e.MAS logo over here. Note that this is the e.MAS logo, not the Proton logo, because you do have this little gap right in the middle on both ends. So this is e.MAS, not Proton. You've also got your control switches here, including voice activation, and a nice little cute digital driver display right here that you look through the steering wheel with. I really like this design though. It's really good. It's quite soft as well, the leather. But in contrast to this tiny little digital driver display, you've got this massive central infotainment screen right here that houses all the controls of your vehicle, including ambient lighting. Because if you look in the door card, I'm sure you can see it over there, there is ambient lighting which also stretches through the dashboard over here, and that is just fantastic because this is once again a local car. If 20 years ago someone had said, oh, you know, Proton will be making cars with ambient lighting la, automatic seats la, you wouldn't have believed them, would you? But here we are today with also more speakers over here. These look really nice. Flim sound, I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing that right, but I'm sure you guys will let me know in the comments anyway. And these look super premium. You've also got a head-up display right here, and back to the dashboard, aircon vents are right here, perfectly positioned, not too low, not too high. You've got some more controls here for your AC switches, and I believe this should be, oh no, it's not your drive mode selector. It is in fact a rotary knob for your media controls, and that's so good that it's right here in the middle. Makes it really easy to use while driving. You've got two cup holders here, slightly slanted at an angle. Not sure what that's about, but I'm pretty sure it's to save space. You've got two wireless chargers right there, and a nice big central cubby as well. I'd also like to point out the seats up here, they're cushioned, perforated. There's more perforation going on here, so there's a chance we could see something like the Proton X90's cooling seats that we've seen already. You've got your driver side visor with a vanity mirror, very nice. The light comes on automatically. Your borderless rear view mirror, your controls up here. And is this a light? Yes, it is in fact a light, followed by this huge sunroof. Now, we all know personally I am not a fan of sunroofs. I don't see the point of having them here in Malaysia with our climate. It makes more sense in Europe, granted, but for the Malaysian climate, I wouldn't say that it's really necessary, but it is nice to have because, as you can see right here, can I open the sunroof? Oh, there we go. Let's play with the controls. Oh, nice. So you can see the sunshade and the sunroof, they're controlled separate. But you can still see that even with the engine off, the sunshade is still fully controllable. So this car is definitely jam-packed with a bunch of features that Malaysians will love, myself included. So let's quickly wrap up this video by checking out the back seats, and then you guys can decide whether the e.MAS 7 is the EV for you. Okay, so here in the back, you'll notice I have so much leg room here, and that is set to my driving position. By the way, I'm about 173 centimeters tall for reference. I saw some of you asking in the previous YouTube videos, so let me just set that aside for you guys, you know, set the record straight. And of course, headroom. Look at that. That's more than two whole fistfuls of headroom. 2.5 fistfuls of headroom. And you've got a sunroof on top of that, which means that if the sunroof was in here, I'd reckon 3.5 fistfuls of headspace maybe. But hey, this is still fantastic. Even if you're 180 centimeters tall, I'm sure you wouldn't have any problem sitting back here. The only problem you might have is that the middle seat is slightly smaller than the two outer seats, which do come with ISOFIX points, by the way, so good for safety. These are also perforated. These also have nice headrests. You've also got your cup holders here in the armrest, but I doubt sitting with 3 full-grown adults abreast will be too comfortable. I mean, it's doable because even now you can see that when I'm seated completely straight here at the side, there is still enough room here in the middle for them to utilize all the mid-seat space. But once you're in the middle seat, you'll notice your shoulders start to jet out a bit. So you're going to have to probably hunch over like this if you're in the middle. But hey, it's still doable for shorter trips. I could do easily an hour, maybe 2 hours sat in the middle here, because you've also got aircon vents right here. Come take a look. So these will be a lifesaver, especially in our terribly hot climate here in Malaysia. You've also got more storage space down here, which you can pull out. Oh, this will be so good. You can, I wager you can store like some small bottles in there. That would be the fun of it. Because in Malaysia, we all know that when it comes to aircon, you can't beat Proton. They know our climate better than most other car manufacturers. So they make sure that their aircons are superb. They're always cold. They're always fast acting. They're never too loud and obnoxious. They are just great. So let me wrap up by talking about the doors. You can see there's some speakers over here. You can see over there on your side of the door. There's another big speaker down here. You can see it on your side of the door over there. Your window controls. And of course, more lighting up here. So you can, I don't know, read a book or whatever it is you want to do when you're sat back here. And this is a very traditional kind of light switch. You just press it in and it goes on and off with more speakers here, as well as a grab handle. So I think this should show you just how comfortable the seats are. Now, we're obviously not driving, but it feels very comfortable sat in here. These seats are quite soft. You can see that my fingers are pushing right through, right? These are fantastic. So not only is the eMAS 7 going to be fast, 6.9 seconds 0 to 100 on paper for the 60 kilowatt hour battery pack version, I think it's going to be very, very comfortable as well. So if you are someone who is eco-conscious and you want to transition from petrol to EV, but you're just not sure if there's a car comfortable enough, has enough range and is powerful enough for you, I'd say try having a look at the eMAS 7 and then decide. So thank you very much for watching, ladies and gentlemen. We hope you enjoyed. I've been Logan. This is DSF. Have a good day.